guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have with me the new YSL Slim Glow Matte Couture lipsticks. So I actually own a lot of the other YSL matte lipsticks and I really like them, and I have swatched them for you guys and you can check it out. So this one, I was just curious to see how these are, and the shade selection that these have seemed like they're very wearable. Like those light lipsticks, even though they have like the reds and the oranges and everything, they seem like they're very wearable. So I ended up buying pretty much all of them. I think maybe one or two I might have missed out. So I'm going to be swatching all of these for you guys. So let's get started. The first one is this caramel shade. It is 209. This is a lovely caramel light brown shade. It hints towards the warmer side. The next one is this pink shade. It's called Restricted Pink and it's the number 203. And this is how it looks. It's a beautiful light pink shade, but not so light, like it would definitely show up on different skin tones. Now I do want to compare this lipstick with some of the other lipsticks that I have. So I think the YSL matte lipstick in the shade number 12 comes close. So let's see. Probably. This is, the other matte lipsticks are pretty pigmented and these are like one of those hydrating formulas. So they're not ultra matte, but I think the shade is pretty similar. Right? So these are ultra pigmented and very matte, and these are like the hydrating ones, but I think the shade is similar. The next shade I have is this Illegal Rosy Nude shade. It's the number 207 and it's got this corally undertone and it's not pink. For this one, I think the comparable shade is this number 11 shade from the matte lipsticks. Let's see. Yeah. And I think the Pat McGrath Beautiful Stranger would be also similar to this. But of course, the texture is really different. These are a little bit glossy and luminous, and these are like super matte. The next one I have is this red shade, and this is 204 and it's called Private Carmine. So this is a little bit of a bluish pinkish red, and not that orange red. I feel like this one looks nicer on camera than in person. I don't think I like this one on me, at least in person, but what I see in the camera is pretty good. Anyway, so this is Private Carmine. Now to compare this, I don't think I have a YSL lipstick that has a blue undertone in the red, but this is the number 23 from the matte collection. And yeah, this is very orange, so definitely not comparable. Now other blue undertone red lipsticks that I have, I think this stiletto shade from Nude Sticks comes a little bit close, but again not as much, a little bit. And this is the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Ribbon shade, just so you can see. I think this one might be comparable, but yeah, this is a little bit more on the maroony red side. These are still more vibrant and neon-y. So definitely there's a difference, but I'll just show you with the Lisa Eldridge. You can see how it compares. Yeah, again, this is more maroon and this is more red. The next one is number 202 and this is called Insurgent Red. And this one seems more wearable and like a warmy brownish red. Next one is this brown shade. This is the number 211 Transgressive Cacao shade. And it seems like it's going to be very similar to the Insurgent Red. They're both very brown, but this one is more red and this one is truly brown. I want to compare the Insurgent Red shade with this 211 Transgressive Cacao shade. So on the left side I have Insurgent Red and on the right side is Transgressive Cacao. So they are very similar, but obviously you can see the red coming out from the Insurgent Red, and this one is like really brown. The next one is this 205 Secret Rosewood shade, and honestly this also looks pretty similar to the Transgressive Cacao. Let's see. So this one is a little bit on the pinkier side, but they look very similar. This is a little bit more warm, the cacao shade, and this is more pinky. So the Secret Rosewood shade definitely calls for a comparison with the Transgressive Cacao. So let's see how it compares. I mean, they are different, but you can barely tell the difference, right? Also, I want to compare the Secret Rosewood with the Insurgent Red shade. These are like both very different. This is more pinky brown and this comparatively looks a little bit more red. The next shade is this brown shade. It's called Equivocal Brown. This is the 212 Equivocal Brown. And even this looks comparable to the Transgressive Cacao shade. So let's apply this first and then we'll compare. So on the left side, I have Equivocal Brown, the 212, and the 212 Transgressive Cacao I'll apply on my right side. So I feel like they are pretty much the same. This one might be a little lighter and a little bit more orangey, the Equivocal Brown, and Transgressive Cacao is a little darker. But yeah, they look exactly the same. The next one I have is this dark brown shade, and this is called Ambiguous Chestnut. This is 216, and this is how it swatches. Ooh, this is nice. It reminds me of Velvet Decade. Okay, this looks really ugly. And I have dry patches on my lip and this basically clings on to it. So this shade I think I should swatch the Velvet Decade first with this one, and I mean the shade is a little bit similar. And also I want to take this Rare Beauty lipstick in the shade Thrilling, and let's see how this compares. Yeah, I think Thrilling might be, well, no, Thrilling is a little bit warmer. This is more like Velvet Decade, only Velvet Decade looks a lot more smoother than Ambiguous Chestnut. So I'll just apply Velvet Decade on my right side. So definitely Velvet Decade is smoother, looks more nicer on my dry lips, and this one just looks really ugly. The next one I have is this 214 shade, and it's called Illicit Orange. And this is this very nice pumpkin-y shade. Now I'm not sure if I have anything comparable with this, but I'm going to try this shade from Rare Beauty. This is the number, oh well, this is Brave from Rare Beauty, and it seems like it's pretty comparable. So the Illicit Orange is definitely more fall. Like the Rare Beauty one is a little bit more vibrant and bright, and this is more brown and like rusticy orange. So the last shade I have is number 213, and this is called No Taboo Chilli, and I think this is also like an orange shade. Let's see. So obviously I want to compare No Taboo Chilli with Illicit Orange. So this side is No Taboo Chilli and this is Illicit Orange. I mean, I can't tell the difference as much. They are very similar. This one is a little bit darker, but you can't really tell the difference. And as they fade away, I think they'll look exactly the same on the lip. So yeah, that's how they compare. So now that we have swatched all these lipsticks and tried them on, I wanted to talk about these lipsticks a little bit and share my final thoughts. So first of all, the Slim Couture lipsticks retail for $39 and they're pretty much the same price as the Pure Matte ones. The Pure Matte ones come in this gold finish and the Luminous ones come in this rose gold finish, and I think they both look really pretty. Now the matte ones, they are 2.2 grams and this one is 2.1 gram. While it might seem that 0.1 gram is not a big deal, but I feel like this one is a little bit more expensive because this one, you will end up applying a little bit more compared to the matte ones because they are so pigmented that one swipe is more than enough. But for these, you have to apply like multiple times. So you might run out of these lipsticks a lot sooner compared to the matte ones. So in that sense, I feel like they are a little bit more expensive than the matte ones. Apart from that, I don't think there's much of a difference. I mean, they have the same shape and the YSL matte lipsticks have these amazing fragrance, and that is consistent with this new formula as well. And these ones are more hydrating compared to the matte ones, so you will feel more buttery and comfortable while applying these, and they will definitely dry out matte. They are not exactly matte lipsticks, but as the day progresses you will lose that shine and it will become a little bit more matte. And honestly, I would just, you know, kiss my hand and just make them a little dry, and that's how I would like to wear these lipsticks. And they kind of remind me of the Charlotte Tilbury kissing formula. I think the kissing formula is also like one of those hydrating yet matte finishes, and yeah, this definitely reminds me of that Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. And I don't really own a lot of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks because the shades that she has, not all of them look flattering on my skin tone. So the only ones that I have is Bond Girl and Pillow Talk, and that's it. But these shades, I feel like they are better suited for my skin tone. And one thing that I felt was common in all these shades was all of these were very warm. Like they were not those pinky, cool toned shades. They were more on the warmer yellowy side. And I think it's because they released it during the fall time. So all the shades are very fall-like. I don't know if it's just me, what do you think? So I feel like they are very fall shades. And one complaint I have with these lipsticks is that they are very similar, like the shades, like no Taboo Chilli and Illicit Orange. You can't really tell the difference. And also the 4 brown shades like the Secret Rosewood, Transgressive Cacao, Insurgent Red and Equivocal Brown, like 4 of them, they were pretty much similar browns, and you are probably okay picking up one. Like you don't need to pick up all 4, definitely. And the chestnut shade was just very weird. So someone who has like dry chapped lips like mine, you might want to skip on the darker shades. So this orange shade, even though my lips are chapped, this still looks nice and smooth, but that dark shade, even the red ones, I feel they kind of cling on to the texture and look very weird and patchy. So if you have dry lips, you might want to skip it. But other than that, I feel like they are very, very comfortable and you will definitely enjoy applying these lipsticks. Alright, so that's all I have for today. So these were all the swatches of the YSL Slim Glow Matte Couture lipsticks, and I hope this was helpful. And let me know in the comment section which shades you like the most, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. And until the next time we meet, bye!